Hello, and as always, it's a very warm welcome to everyone joining us here as we once again bring you some live action from Germany's third division, the Dritte Liga. One of the most exciting leagues in, European, possibly even world football at the moment. If you look at the table, it couldn't get much closer than the Dritte Liga. Absolutely sensational stuff, which of course means it's a one nail-biting encounter after another for us to enjoy. And what better way to get stuck in here with this midweek fixture with none other than the Munich derby. It's Bayern Munich 2 against 1860 in what should be a cracking battle between two sides. Well, still within a shout of finishing very high up the table. 1860 currently in 8th, however on 52 points. They're only 6 behind Bayern Munich 2, who are in 3rd, just 3 points behind Eintracht Braunschweig in 1st spot at the top of the table. So 3 massive points up for grabs, 12 points still up for grabs for both sides. This the first of the last 4 games for both teams in this year's campaign. This year's stop-start campaign. An unusual one. But it sure will be interesting to see who finishes where and how. As we see both the captains changing pleasantries before the action gets underway. Sascha Mölders, the number 9, 1860's talisman up front. 14 goals for him already this season. Not to mention 6 assists in the league as well. He certainly has played his part. And they'll be looking to him today to try and get the job done. But when it comes to scoring goals, well, that man on your screen right there, Okyere Wriedt, 23 goals this season. He's going to be plying his trade with FC Twente next season in the Dutch top flight. Contract actually comes to an end at the end of June, but both clubs understood to be in agreement when it comes to letting him finish the season with Bayern Munich 2 before he does head on over to the Eredivisie and join up with FC Twente. It is Wriedt who will get things underway here. There is a debut today or a full debut should we say, for a young Englishman playing for Bayern Munich 2. Musiala gets his first start of the season. Wriedt with a chance to score in the opening 10-15 seconds. Wonderful ball. Lovely delivery towards the back post there from Kuhn. And Wriedt with a free header had to bring it back across the face of goal. Was able to do so, but just couldn't keep it down. And that one goes over in the end. Oh, what a start already to this Munich derby. To share the spoils on Matchday 16 in the first battle between these two sides. Ended 1 apiece there. Wriedt scoring on that day. Dressel scoring his first goal of the season to equalise. Wriedt coming from the spot. Mölders with a lovely little knockdown. Oh, what an opportunity that was for Bekir. 7 goals this season for Bekir. Couldn't find number 8 there as Zhang is brought down. Wu Yongzhang, definitely one of the most entertaining players in the league. Just so full of energy. He's always running at players, never seems to run out of fuel. bright future for him, I'm sure. Same could be said for a number of these Bayern Munich 2 players. A very, very young team. It took them a while to find their rhythm and get going, which was always going to be the case, thrown together at the start of the season. And I think management would have been happy with anything mid-table or above, but they've gone above and beyond with their performances, especially since the restart. Undefeated in their last 6, 4 wins and 2 draws. The last of those draws coming in their last game against Magdeburg. Were 2-0 down, able to come back to 2-2. So a wonderful fight back from Sebastian Hoeneß's side. And they've started confidently here, as have 1860. Early signs are very good for those of you joining us for this encounter. Closing down by Wriedt. Gives away a free kick in the end, but it's one of those you don't mind giving away. Just letting Paul know that he's there and means business today. There is Michael Kölner. In charge since November of last year. Really has been great to see Bayern Munich 2's confidence, should I say, grow throughout the season. At the moment, they feel like they can beat anyone. Didn't quite happen against Magdeburg, but coming back from 2-0 down to still snatch a point can feel like a win at times and helps keep that unbeaten run going as well. Good header there by Erdmann. Does well to find Dressel, then Lex in an offside position. Sebastian Hoeneß's first season in charge of Bayern Munich 2. And 13 games in charge of Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga before taking over with the under-19s. So 2 years with the under-19s before taking on the job with Bayern Munich 2 in the Dritte Liga. He's done a fantastic job. An experience of working with young players, developing their skills and building their confidence. Really showing this season. Decent ball over the top here. Sascha Mölders here. Mölders tries to cut it back across, and Richards does a really good job of positioning himself well in order to block that delivery into the danger zone. Bayern Munich 2 able to clear their lines, but close down quickly. And it really is a good match already, this. Very aggressive but fair. Intensity at an all-time high. You can see just how big these 3 points are available to both teams. Of course, could end in a draw again. .1860 coming into this game off the back of a 2-1 home win. Oh, chance here now. Lex not offside, and he just took too long there. I think even he was surprised the ball ended up at his feet when it did. Just never really, it was that first touch, wasn't it? Never able to really settle into a decent shooting position there. Tried to drag it with him, but it just stayed behind him, allowing the defenders to come in and close the gap and then eventually make the block as well. But 2 big chances for 1860 already. Wriedt probably with the best of the bunch. But 1860 looking equally as dangerous, if not more. .60 really piling on the pressure here. Defending from the front. Lex, was he offside there? Yeah. Did have his back to goal, so didn't see the Bayern Munich back line just push up there. Last 4 or 5 minutes. The visitors really asking some questions of the Bayern Munich back line. Lions can be very happy with the way they have started this game. Wriedt there with the block to give away the throw. On loan from Augsburg, Wriedt. It's a risky ball back there. Not really very confident either. Tell you what, that is confident goalkeeping from Hiller though. First runner was offside, but there were 2 that followed that certainly weren't, and Hiller reading the situation really well there. Quick off his line. Does well to control the ball. And well, you could consider no man's land for a goalkeeper. Referee not too happy with Dennis Erdmann for whatever reason, perhaps being too aggressive with one of his challenges. Didn't see it myself though. There's Kuhn. Should I say Kuhn? Now Kuhn on the ball. Do apologise if I get the 2 names mixed up at times. Kuhn and Kuhn. Almost spelt exactly the same. One with the umlaut O, the other with the umlaut U. Silent H following that as well. Kuhn, the number 27 left back. Kuhn, part of the front 3 for Bayern Munich, wearing the number 11 shirts. And offside against the Lions. Few hopeful balls over the top from the Lions. They've been better when they've kept the ball down and tried to play their way through. There's Kuhn. To Jean. To Kuhn again. Tries to cut back inside. Oh, just a little too close for comfort there. Mölders, lovely little knockdown. Bekiroglu trying to put Lex through the middle there. Very nearly doing so. Nicked away just in time. Richards all the way back to Hoffmann. Good distribution there, and now a chance for Köln to try and work his way forward on this near touchline. Hopeful ball over the top in the end there for Stiller. No one there to latch onto it though. Long ball forward from Paul. Dealt with well by Feldhahn yet again. Feldhahn, the more experienced of the two central defenders, alongside the young American Richards, but it's Richards who's been making all the headlines this season. Oh, Feldhahn very nearly falling into the commentator's curse there. Almost giving the ball away far too cheaply. One or two risky balls at the back for Bayern Munich too, and just taking too long on the ball. Will they pay the price for it? That is the question. Bekiroglu tries to play it back out wide. Will be picked up by Dressel here. Dressel scored a goal in the last encounter between these two. Does well to pick out Bekiroglu, and a heavy first touch sees the ball just get away from him, and then in an attempt to try and win it back straight away. A little late with his challenge on Feldhahn. There wasn't too much in it. Not sure what Bekiroglu can really do there. And they're just seeing Stiller taking far too long on the ball. Needs to get rid of it quicker. After such an energetic start in the opening seconds, creating that fantastic opportunity for Wriedt. It's been 1860 who've managed to, well, start to just see a momentum shift in their favour. Starting to control things a little better, and they've kept Bayern Munich too on their tiptoes at the moment. Normally so good at playing out from the back, struggling to do so at the moment. Again, the attack comes to nothing. Just a little too rushed there. That's getting in Bekiroglu's way, but it's worked out, sadly. A pass shortly thereafter. Well off the mark. Yilmaz does well. Wriedt gets his pocket pick there. They'll try and keep the pressure on the Lions keeper, but no one really backing Wriedt up with that press. Köln just about gets it clear. Good vision from Köln there. They're off from Jean. Late challenge on Musiala. We'll see Bayern Munich receive the free kick. Again, Feldhahn not dealing with it. Lex could have easily applied a little bit more pressure, a little bit more urgency there, and he might have Been able to put Feldhahn in a little bit of trouble. Keeper slow to come out as well. It's Kern. Lovely ball back inside to Wriedt. Wriedt, first time! Straight down the middle. Fantastic save by Hiller, but it wouldn't have counted had it snuck past him. And found its way into the back of the net. Wriedt in an offside position. Just couldn't time his run there. Musiala, quite clearly having his shirt pulled there by Bekiroglu. Gets a shake of the finger from the referee, and probably lucky to walk away without going into his book for that, not once but twice. Just having a little tug once, and there's the second. Musiala unable to stay on his feet, understandably so. Wriedt looking for support. Musiala arriving late. Mölders this time on the receiving end of a shove in the back. Bertel with a ball over the top for Bekiroglu there. Just a little too much mustard on it. I'll have to retake it. Bayern starting to knock the ball around with a little bit more confidence now. Kern very nearly putting one through for Wriedt, who was just making a little bursting run out wide. Control from Mölders. Hold up play really is second to none here in the Dritte Liga. How about that for a ball over the top? And again, Lex just can't find that first touch to steady himself for the shot. That is a dangerous challenge. Berso pleading his case, saying he played the ball. Might be right, but just wasn't controlled with that challenge, was he? Almost two-footed, raising, or raised off the ground. Studs on show as well. We've seen red cards given for those, especially in modern football. Lovely first ball, first time ball. Wriedt riding out the challenge from behind. Just waiting for the referee's whistle there. Yeah, staying very close to Wriedt. I think he can expect that for the entirety of this game. Ryan's well aware of what the Bayern striker can bring to the table and has been bringing to the table all season. First time ball attempt into the middle again, looking for Mölders, always the target man, the Lions number 9. Really does have everything you want from a striker. Experience, a cool head, fantastic finishing, great hold-up plays, strong in the air as well. Wriedt. Well, I'm not sure the effort came from Wriedt, but he was causing the two Lions defenders all sorts of problems there. I think it was almost an own goal. Here's Jean. Young Jean still on the move. Lovely run, cuts it back. Müller on the volley. Just outside the penalty area then. His shot blocked as well. Oh, Okyere. Coming off the hand of Kuhn there, but unintentional. Couldn't do too much about it. Kuhn then goes down looking for a penalty. The referee quickly waving it away, not convinced. Probably the right decision there. Okyere quite clearly not making a challenge, if anything. Kuhn looking for the contact, or running into Okyere rather. Would have been a very harsh decision had it been given. Müller. Looking for Jean, just a little too far ahead of the South Korean. Thumbs up from Jean though, definitely the right idea. "25 minutes gone here, still a 0-0 in the Munich derby. We've had chances at both ends. Over the 25, probably relatively evenly matched. One could argue Bayern Munich perhaps have had the better chances, but it's 1860 who created more of them. Majority though from a high press, winning the ball back inside Bayern's half. Unable to do much with it so far. Lex especially getting himself into some great positions, but his first touch just letting him down today. There's Yilmaz with the throw. Musiala with some wonderful vision, able to find Kuhn on this near side. Jean there in support. Put under pressure by Paul straight away. And the youngsters just struggling to really not find rhythm. They've got some rhythm, but it's just Just a lack of consistency, really. This seems to be very up and down. They'll have 2 or 3 good minutes where it looks like they're just building a little bit of momentum, and then it's very quickly brought to an end by what has been a rugged but very committed performance from the Lions so far. Looking to make it physical, looking to break things up when and wherever they can. And really looking to make life difficult for this in-form and young Bayern Munich 2 side. Dink over the top. If Kuhn would have been a little bit more aware there, he'd have had acres of space to work with. Just a little lazy there. Smart defending from Paul there, knew exactly what he was doing. Also well aware that Kuhn's always going to beat him for pace. Just waiting for the slightest of touches to go down. Kuhn, one of the up-and-coming stars in German football. Joined on loan from Ajax 2. Good defending from Richards. Ball coming off Bekiroglu last quite clearly. Distribution out wide. Almost half an hour gone, still no goals. Well, we have an opener here in this first 45. Could it be one of those games that's decided very late into the second? Anything possible with the way the first 30 have unfolded. Could have easily had a goal at either end, maybe even more than just the one. Not meant to be so far, anyway. Win for 1860 would put them just 1 point behind Hansa Rostock in 5th, 2 points behind Duisburg in 4th. Both of those teams have already played their 35th round of the season. Of course, the likes of Mannheim, Ingolstadt, Meppen, Unterhaching, all in the mix around 1860. All still to play their 35th game. So God knows what the table will look like when it's all done and dusted. Your guess is as good as mine. But it sure does make for an exciting end to the season. Just what the doctor ordered, considering there are no crowds allowed. Musiala. Berzel putting the pressure on him, forcing him away from goal. Decent ball. Stiller with a little dink over the top. Zhang getting the slightest of touches on it, but it wasn't enough of a touch to get it past Hiller in the end. Lovely ball from Stiller. Wriedt probably getting the shout from Zhang, and a slightly better effort on the ball there. And Hiller would have been in trouble. Chested down by Wriedt there. Very well again. Lovely ball out wide. Jean getting there ahead of Kuhn. Welsmüller. Stiller. Miss it from Welsmüller there. 1860 unable to break quickly enough now, perhaps with Mölders. Mölders sees Alexis run through the middle, but just losing his footing slightly means he can't get quite enough lift on it. Almost a lovely ball there from Kuhn for Wriedt. A little bit back and forth here at the moment. Kölner, formerly in charge of Nuremberg. Before making the move to 1860. Upper body strength there, lovely ball over the top now. Mölders, great first touch, Mölders! And it's the Lions who take the lead in the derby. And of course, it's that man, Sascha Mölders, with his 15th goal of the season. What a first touch to bring the ball down, and well, the finish was there to match as well. There might not be any fans in the stadium, but that doesn't mean there aren't any within range of seeing Sascha Mölders fire the ball home again. And that will be one of his favourites of the season. You can't beat scoring in a derby. And the Lions captain, leading by example yet again, hammers it hard and low past Hoffmann. And what an important goal that could be for 1860 Munich come the end of the season. Confirmation there, 15 goals for the big number 9. What a season he's having. What another fantastic season he's having. The weight on the pass was picture perfect as well. That didn't mean that Mölders didn't still have work to do. Oh boy, did he do it well. Jean comes out on top of the duel there in the centre of the park. An aimless one that time. Looking for Wriedt, but nowhere near the number 10. Mölders wants the free kick there. Looking across to the linesman as well, letting the referee know what he thinks. The lack of a decision. Okyere manages to stay on his feet. Here is Paul. Forward to Lex. Lex tries to centre it for Mölders. Was a great idea. And at the moment, Bayern Munich just looking a little dodgy at the back. They won't be too worried. As already mentioned, they did come back from behind against Magdeburg. 2-0 down, back to 2-2. They're going to have to come from behind again here today. And the Lions now playing with a real spring in their step. Wriedt brought down by the referee there. And the whistle does eventually go. Not in favour of Wriedt, but in favour of the goal scorer, Sascha Mölders. A whack on the shin from Feldhahn. That's what the shin pads are for. Wriedt to Bertel. He wants the corner. Felt that Zhong had a slight touch on the ball there before it ran out of play. Referee disagrees, and Bayern Munich quick to take the goal kick, and get the ball rolling again. Zhong getting the ball away far too easily there. Okuyere was for glory from distance. Never really making good contact on the shot, fluffing it slightly really, and putting it well wide in the end. There's Kuhn. Side to Wriedt. Again, put under pressure straight away by Erdmann, who is sticking to him like glue every time the ball comes forward. Another breakaway chance here for 1860. Wriedt with the tackle. Wriedt will see a yellow for it. Dressel, the player on the receiving end. Wriedt at youth level did spend a short time with 1860. Steinhardt with the long ball. Erdmann able to meet it with his head, but couldn't really generate any power to trouble Hoffmann in goal. You have to give credit to the Lions here. They've done such a great job of disrupting Bayern whenever they can, stopping them from playing their usual game, which is trying to create chances from open play. Now perhaps an opportunity. Kuhn did very well to get back inside. Looked like he created enough space to get the shot off. It wasn't the case though. Good defending yet again from the Lions. There's Yilmaz. Nearly a fine ball out wide for Kuhn. He loves to get forward. Another look at Mölders' finish. Can't get more confident than that. Who knows, he might not be finished for the evening. He's been looking very dangerous, Sascha Mölders, yet again. Mölders does really well to keep it in play. Liebhardt tries to put his body into the challenge there. Didn't have too many options on there, Kuhn. Always looking for that run from Young Zhang. He's been kept very quiet by Paul, and then Erdmann just inside him. It's been a fantastic defensive display from those two in this first half, and Bayern have struggled to deal with it. Puzzle they're still trying to solve. Now perhaps with Yilmaz out wide to Wriedt. Tries to get a cross in. Musiala getting closest to it, but not close enough. Here's Mölders. Back to Hiller. Sends the ball upfield. Lex trying to give Feldhahn something to think about. Feldhahn does well, but not well enough. Picked up again by Mölders. Now Dressel. Lex with a run through the middle. Dressel unable to time his pass to keep him on side, so decides to just hold on to it. Now Bekiroglu. We'll leave it to Paul. Back to Bekiroglu again. Gebhardt wanted the throw to go 1860's way there. Heinzmann not having any of it. Heinzmüller makes himself available. Kern almost loses the ball, rather embarrassingly, but is able to recover. Good hold-up play by Wriedt. For Musiala, not close enough, but the young Englishman does manage to get onto the ball in the end. But again, Heinzmüller giving the ball away in his own half. Richards just about finding Hoffmann with the header back. Oh, Hoffmann and Kern there with a misunderstanding there. The keeper playing the ball out, hoping that Kern would latch onto it. He had his back to his goalie though, didn't get a shout either. Stiller has a little bit of space to work with. Out wide to Kern. Inside towards Wriedt. A little bit more bend in that to bring it back away from the keeper, and Wriedt would have been left with a one-touch finish. Just put a bit more of an angle on his run as well, perhaps towards the near post. Might have gotten there. Into stoppage time here. Can't imagine there'll be too much added on. Well, it will be 1 minute, so less than that still to go before both teams head down the tunnel. Michael Kölner will be the happier of the two managers. Lions with a Lion-esque performance. But now, perhaps a chance for an equaliser, and there it is. And it's that man, Wriedt. What a time to get the equaliser as well. Just when it looked like 1860 would be walking down the tunnel with their heads held high, that man, Wriedt, has given them something to think and talk about right at the death of this first half. Credit to Ru Yong-jeong, who does really well against Erdmann there to stay on his feet and then pick out Wriedt. The one-time finish through the defender's legs into the back of the net sees him take his tally now to 24 for the season. Absolutely sensational stuff, and what an end to what has been a very, very entertaining first half. So the two frontmen calling the shots here in the first 45 of this Munich derby. Mölders at one end, Wriedt at the other. And what an entertaining derby it has been. It now comes to a close for the first half at least. We'll be back with the second in just a few moments, so take some time to catch your breath because this derby is far from over, and something tells me we might have a few more goals in store as well. We'll be back with the second half in just a few. So, welcome back for what should be a very, very exciting second 45 here between these two Munich sides. Bayern Munich 2 finishing the half strong, Wriedt scoring in stoppage time to equalize and snatch away that half-time lead from Sascha Mölders and company. Sascha Mölders, of course, breaking the deadlock with a fantastic goal. Wriedt putting in the finishing touches. A wonderful move from Wu Yongxiao. So what kind of a start to the second will we have? It was an energetic start from Bayern Munich 2 in the first half. It looks like 1860 have come out of the tunnel raring to go. Have put a lot of effort, a lot of energy into this game already. We do wonder if they can keep that up for the entire 90 minutes. Of course, the Bayern Munich 2 team, such a young side, averaging under the age of 21, just under it, 20.9 to be exact. But with that comes, well, a little bit more durability, perhaps a little bit more fuel left in the tank in the last 10, 5, 2, 3 minutes, whatever it may be. No half-time changes for either team. So the same 22 out here for the second half. Sebastian Hoeneß there will be delighted with the way his team didn't take their foot off the pedal until the half-time whistle was blown. It is incredible just how many late goals are scored before a half or at the end of a game. Wouldn't surprise me if we have a late winner at the end of the second. Bayern Munich 2 have scored more than half of their goals in the second half of their games. A quarter of them coming in the final 15 minutes of their games. Here is Köhn now powering forward. Still going, decides to take the shot on himself in the end. Only really Zhang making a run through the middle and making himself available. Here he is on the ball now. Back out wide to Köhn. Wriedt does well there. Well, Mölders might be good at finding the back of the net, but pace is something he's lacking here in his later years. Doesn't stop him from scoring the goals though. He's 15th of the season in the first half. Oh, very nearly finding its way through to Wriedt there. Köhn looking for Wriedt that time. Wonderful ball just before that from Köhn, the left wing back. Really does remind you of a certain David Alaba with the way he plays. He's got the same number as David Alaba had. At 27. He's in the same position as well. That really has played his part. Lovely ball from Wriedt. No offside against Köhn here. Köhn goes past the keeper, but then eventually the flag does go up. Still takes some getting used to, doesn't it? Part and parcel of the game now, though. Wow, just probably leaning offside. Personally, I think in situations like that, you have to give advantage to the striker, but according to the rule book, the decision was the right one in the end. Not a lot in it at all, though. Jean with the header away. Mölders will have to deal with this to avoid a corner. Does enough to win the throw. Going back to Kern. 8 assists for him this season, making him the top provider for the young Bayern Munich 2 side. Steinhardt and Wriedt getting into a little bit of a face-off there. Christian Tingert dealing with the situation very well, the referee today. He really has tried to let the ball roll, trying to avoid stoppages when and where possible, and also calmly talking to the players. Derby situations are always going to be extremely intense. Challenges are always going to be flying in left, right and centre. It's how you manage that. And Christian Tingert has done a really good job. Gebhardt and Stiller with a handful of each other's shirt. In the end, Stiller, the player going down, but it's Gebhardt who gets the decision. 1960 with a free kick in an interesting position here. Dead ball situation, certainly something they can cause Bayern Munich some problems with. Looking to get that lead back as quickly as possible here, the Lions. Here comes the cross. It's not a bad one from Lex. No one really trying to meet it in the air though, as Jean's brought down there, and that will be a free kick. Lex quite clearly nowhere near the ball there. Nice ball from Weltsmüller. It's just little moments like that that make you feel Bayern Munich 2 not quite playing at their best. Not because they're not trying to, but more because 1860 are just really making it difficult for them to. With the way they've set themselves up, the way they're pressing the ball, their movement off the ball, positioning has been absolutely fantastic, and playing with just the right amount of aggression as well. Just 2 yellow cards, one at each end. Aaron Bertzel for 1860, Maximilian Weltsmüller for Bayern Munich. Those are the only 2 players in the book at the moment. Something tells me there might be 1 or 2 more come the end of 90 minutes and some change. Lovely clearance there. Jean once again happy to run at defenders. The leader there with him. Jean cuts it back inside. Good effort. Decent save from Hiller. Managed to parry it away and out of the danger zone. Well, was pretty central in the end. He was going for the far corner. Not willing to take any chances, happy to just punch it away. Mölders does really well. Lovely ball forward into the path of legs. Tries to center it again for Beckett Okyere. He just delayed his run. And that was very close to being a fantastic breakaway team goal there. Yilmaz in trouble. Back inside. And Gebhardt, well, I'm not sure whether he was looking for a finish or a ball to Mölders. In the end, it was neither. But it's the Lions who are looking to take the lead back here. Gebhardt, to be fair to him, did well to stay on his feet there. Had to control the ball off balance, then I think was trying to play it into Mölders. Another chance goes begging. Nice little 1-2. Jean really is absolutely everywhere at the moment. Seems he's one of the few players given the freedom to roam. Now a chance. Kuhn able to get the shot off, but he took his time with it. Allowed the block to be made. Chances at both ends. Fantastic game for the neutrals, probably nail-biting. You support either one of these two Munich sides. Edge of your seat stuff here in the third division. Once again, is not disappointing. Kuhn does absolutely brilliantly there. Tesso does even better, picks his pocket. Surely thereafter, real scramble here. Musiala now. And a little quiet here at the beginning of this second half. Yet to really find his rhythm. That's more like it. Wriedt. I tell you what, that was a fantastic ball. It was Kuhn, it was just a little lazy, still asleep there. Needs to be ready for that ball to come his way. Instead was just caught stuck in the mud. Did all the hard work, was able to get away from both defenders, found himself in between them with space either side, and just didn't make the run. It's found its way through to Kuhn here. Offsides, the decision. Wasn't an intended pass, but it still was one. Jean extending the clearance of Richards, but only as far as Wriedt. Basel. An aimless ball over the top there. Kuhn able to clear. Oh, what a ball to Mölders again. Can't bring it down like he did with the first goal. Had he been able to do so, well, Bayern Munich would have been in real trouble there. Again, he might not be the quickest, but he's so smart in timing his runs, positioning himself in those shadows of defenders. There's bags of experience really shining through. Sascha Mölders today. Müller. Yilmaz cuts back inside. Little dink over the top to Kuhn. Tries to control it first time, cuts it back again. Well, one touch too many in the end. Could have perhaps tried to take it first time, not as well, easier said than done there. It just didn't quite bounce up for him. He tried to bring it forward with a cheeky little flick of the shoulder. It just never really dropped for him to take the shot on. Jean on the receiving end, bit of a stamp there, missed by the referee. Jean, great vision, finding Yilmaz. Yilmaz looking for Wriedt in the middle. He's always going to be the target, isn't he? Lex offside again. Struggled to time his run today, Lex. It's Müller. Just leaving his foot in that one. So Nicholas Kuhn will be coming off, it would seem. As Bayern Munich make the first change of the game. On to replace him will be Dayaku. Nicholas Kuhn. Plenty of efforts, plenty of energy. Things just not quite falling for him though. Dayaku can really be a handful. Fantastic ball across the face of goal there. Just begging for a tap-in. Gebhardt doing very well. Lex at full stretch, just couldn't get there in time. Slices of touches and Hoffmann might have been in trouble. Look at how high 1860 are pressing. Just really trying to squeeze the ball back into their possession. Deep in their opponent's half. Yilmaz with the throw. It's working. Bayern youngsters are really being tested here this evening. There's Dayaku. Dayaku nominated for the Golden Boy Award this season. It's the award into the best under-20 player in world football. Up against some stiff competition though. What's that competition? Bayern Munich's Alphonse Davies. Really has been a breath of fresh air in the German Bundesliga. Muscled off the ball rather too easily. Here's Müller. Lions with plenty of men behind the ball though. Lovely ball from Yilmaz. Nice layoff. Here's Zhong again. Zhong dinks it towards the far post. It was too high for Wriedt and just a little too far ahead of Musiala, who's gone down here. Just too much lift on it. So Musiala will be coming off, it would seem. Tillman coming on to replace him. Decent first half from the young Englishman, and then his first full start. Couldn't quite replicate that in the second 45. Looks like he have a little bit of cramp there in that right calf. Malik Tillman. Jong on the move again. Really has been instrumental to pretty much everything going forward for Bayern Munich. In there and supports. Here comes a delivery. Headed away from Steinhardt. Miller will pick it up. Keep this move alive. Miller's cross, not a bad one. Yilmaz able to bring it down. Cheeky little back heel looking for Wriedt. The Lions will let the ball run out of play as Bayern keep the pressure on. Substitutions coming thick and fast now. Looks like Niemann will be coming on for 1860. Gephardt, the player, coming off. Lex coming off as well, as Kaga will join Niemann for the last 23 minutes and some. Niemann with his professional debut under Michael Kölner on Matchday 16. In the first encounter between these two, which ended in a 1-1 draw. Getting a little bit scrappy now. Wriedt does well. Dayaku looking for Zhang in the middle. It's picked off by Niemann. There's Kaga. Two substitutes are linking up to secure the corner. Niemann will make his way out towards that far corner to send another ball into the box. Just over 20 minutes still to go. Same score line we saw at the end of 90. Last time between these two. I've got a feeling there's a winner in this yet, though. In the second half, it's the Lions who look more like scoring. Erdmann and Hoffmann coming together. Just leading with the arm slightly. Some fireworks go off outside the stadium. Fans unable to take part inside the stadium, but doing their best to create a bit of a derby atmosphere outside the stadium instead. It's Müller almost picking out Wriedt, but he was offside. Just a little slow to get back on there. Hiller sends the ball upfield. Picked up by Jean. Kern puts his boot through it. Nowhere near a teammate though. Now Dressel going to power forward in the other direction. Dressel does well. Good upper body strength. Dressel lays it up for Niemann. Well, the substitute could have come off the bench to be the hero. He still might, but that certainly was his chance. Dressel does it really well, shoulder to shoulder with Wriedt. Nothing wrong with that. And Niemann perhaps with a little too much time. As for the side-footed efforts, and for placement, sadly, couldn't find either side of the goal. Instead, put it straight down the middle. Diaku. Oh, lovely control there. Diaku still going. Zhong might get there. Oh, what a tackle from Paul. That was a risky one. Slightest nick on the ball there from Zhong. And Paul's looking at a red card. Brilliant run from Diaku, showing exactly why he's so highly rated.
Malik dahinter, Malik! Zeit, easy! Raus! Akku fest! Schlag den Ball! Männer mit Köpfchen wieder! Komm, Männer, komm!
Things just slowing down a little bit now. Only a matter of time before the pace of the game had to just come down a notch or two. Be ready for it to surge back up into fifth gear in the final 5-10 minutes. Plenty of fresh legs out there now as well, so shouldn't slow down for too long. Just a little dull in what has been a brilliant derby so far. Who can finish the stronger though? Kuhn running into trouble. Niemann comes away with it. Lions have players forward. Niemann unable to pick up Bekiroglu though. Danger not over just yet. Cargo with the ball inside. Zhang with the clearance. This is better again from 1860. Basel. Right to Steinhardt. Takes care of Tillman, and then rather ambitious and audacious efforts into the box with the outside of that left boot of his. Wriedt. Push in the back there. Receiving one anyway. Another coming together between him and Steinhardt. It's been another good battle. Seen a few of them around the pitch. Good ball and good run by Dayaku. Lovely control. He's looked lively since coming on. Dayaku tries to keep the ball in play. Throw in taken quickly here. Steinhardt. Ball played just slightly behind him. Interesting ball over the top there. Bekiroglu latches onto it. Well, Kern was sold short initially, but did really well to recover. Stiller tries to send Dayaku on his way, and once again Paul with a wonderful interception. He really has had a brilliant game. The Lions right back, Niemann. Get there ahead of Wedsmuller. There's actually Yilmaz there. Now on the ball. 60, sitting very, very deep now. Neither team looks like they're ready to settle for just a point. Not just yet, anyway. 1860 will feel like there's still a chance or two in this. They've been able to create plenty here in the second 45. Got just under a quarter of an hour still to go. Steinhardt caught out of position. Wriedt. Dayaku. Jong rather fortunate to have the ball come his way. But what a ball from Jong again, the South Korean, the provider. And picks out the substitute Tillman, who finds the back of the net for the third time this season. The youngster at it again. Malik Tillman, 18 years old. We saw him pick up a brace with his first two goals, first two professional goals anyway. He's back to scoring yet again. And that is goal number 3 for the season. It's goal number 3 for his professional career. And the 18-year-old showing once again why he is such a hot young prospect. And what a time to score as well. Just over 10 minutes to go. And Bayern Munich too, laying down the marker late into this second half. Looking to secure another massive 3 points as they stay in the hunt for that top spot. Well, it's going to be a double substitution for Sebastian Hoeneß and his side. Timo Kern and Stanisic, the two players, are waiting to come on. Wetzmüller the first to come off. So Timo Kern will take over his job in central midfield. Stanisic, normally a wing back. Yep, he's going to replace Kern. Fantastic performance from him. So Stanisic will slot into that left back position now. Stanisic not quite as exciting going forward. The defending part of the position he plays, definitely his strength. Not to say that he can't get forward and get involved though. Headed by Richards, Mölders offside anyway. Sebastian Hoeneß and his team coming from behind for the second game running. They had to come back from a 2-goal deficit last time. It's just the 1 here this evening, so far anyway. Had to settle for a point against Magdeburg. They could come back from behind to take all 3 here. If they can hang on for the next 8 minutes, plus probably another 2 or 3 with all the substitutions. A lot of credit has to go to Wu Young-jong. He's set up both of his side's goals so far. They might not be finished just yet. Here's Dayaku. Good, giving the ball away cheaply there. Stanisic just not continuing his run. Slight misunderstanding between him and Dayaku. Triple substitution for the Lions. Going to be Owusu, Klaassen and Vine all coming on. Steinhardt, Wriedt and Bersel coming off. Or is it Dressel? It is Dressel, not Wriedt, excuse me. So Bersel actually staying on. He'd made his way over to just have a quick drink of water. Does really well. Comes the early ball. Mölders the target, just a little short for the front man. Nice after that run across his body. Timo Kern unable to get there. Michael Kona. And a clear message from the Lions manager. Get that ball forward as quickly as possible. Sascha Mölders slow to come back from an offside position. And the second goal for Bayern really has taken the wind out of 1860's sails. Shoulders and heads dropping. And more frustration coming through rather than concentration. Mölders looking for cargo there, but unable to find him with the header. Into the final 5 minutes. Still up. Wide to Yilmaz. Tillman with a touch on the ball. Basel with a push in the back. Probably should have been a Lions throw, really. As things stand, Bayern Munich 2 will go top of the table, level on points with Eintracht Braunschweig, but a better goal difference. We'll see them ahead of the pack. What a return to football it has been for this young side. Bayern Munich taking on Kaisers Jena. In their next encounter, Jena currently bottom of the table, so you would think another 3 points. Very, very likely for Sebastian Hoeneß' side there. What a story it would be if they could finish top. What a world of experience that would be as well for these young, very talented, but you have to say still very inexperienced players in red, majority of them anyway. The Liga title would certainly be an accolade they would be more than proud of, and really help develop them as young professionals. Get used to winning ways as early as you can. It does make it a little bit easier later on. Well, Bayern not playing any games now, not taking any chances. They're looking to see out the rest of this game, hold on to this narrow lead. Not a bad ball back inside to Owusu. Full stretch, couldn't bring it down though. Just a little too much pace on it for the big man. Decent control there from Basel, but can't back it up with a decent ball forward anyway. Hoffmann in no rush here, looking to eat up as many seconds as he can. Owusu, a little bit of afters on the Bayern keeper, giving away the free kick. Silly, really. Just offering the opportunity to eat up even more time. Wriedt and Basel now coming face to face. exactly what he was doing there, so you can understand the frustration from Bertel. Does well to keep his emotions in check. Could have very easily lost it with the young striker. To be fair to Wriedt though, it's been a very physical game against him especially. Right from the get-go, he's been very closely marked, the likes of Paul and Erdmann. Getting extremely close, extremely physical. Plenty of heavy challenges coming Wriedt's way, so perhaps just giving a little bit back there. Dayaku extends the clearance. Tillman looking for a way past Bertel, who does very well. Needed to be a good first touch there from the Lions defender. Into the first of 4 added minutes. Tillman is in space. Dayaku can find him, decides against it. Instead just slows things down again. Here's Wriedt. Wriedt wants the free kick, he's not going to get it. The Lions throw instead. Completely misfires there. Okyere launches it forward. Decent ball back inside. Offside in the end. Erdmann picking up a yellow card there. Or a few choice words for the referee, it would seem. I have to say, personally, I think Christian Dingert's done a really good job here, considering it's a derby. Never easy for a referee, but he's helped it be a very, very enjoyable match. Only getting involved when he really has to. Not letting the players get away with too much either. Fine balance. Not always an easy thing to do, but he's done absolutely fantastically as far as I'm concerned. Hoffman. That's his body on top of the ball to deny Owusu. A real shot on goal there. A minute left. Bayern Munich 2, a minute away from taking a top spot in the 3rd division. Ingolstadt currently beating Mannheim by 2-0. Hallesch FC in the midst of a goal fest against Jena. Hallesch leading 5-3 there. And a battle at the bottom. Feltan, Stanisic. Nervy final moments here for Bayern Munich 2. Surely just seconds left now. Taking too long with the throw. Referee takes a look at his watch, and that will be it. What a win for Bayern Munich 2. Whatever Sebastian Hoeneß said at halftime, it certainly worked, and look what it means to him and his players. Well, fantastic stuff. A wonderful derby, and exactly what you'd hope for. Players on both sides delivering the goods here in the Dritte Liga, and look what it means to this young side. 3 big points that they are going to be celebrating well into the night, believe you me. It looked like it might be a slight upset when Sascha Mölders put the Lions up 34 minutes into the first half. And the Lions looked like they'd be going down the tunnel in the lead as well, before Kwasi Okyere Wriedt stepped up to score his 24th of the season and put the sides level going into the break. Out for the second, again it was the Lions who started better, but then Malik Tillman came off the bench to score the winner. Just his third professional goal, what a time to do it. And again, Bayern Munich 2 add 3 more points to their tally since returning from the break. That sees them go top of the table. Could it be their season? What a story that would be. 3 more games left here in the Dritte Liga this campaign. Make sure you join us next time we bring you more live action from one of the most exciting leagues in Europe at the moment. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, take care.
Die dritte Liga live bei Magenta Sport. Präsentiert von bwin.
Also heute entscheidendes